So hi everybody, and welcome to this live workshop on getting job ready at university. There will be a presentation by Jack Timms, who is the kind of careers manager at MDXWORKS, which is the employability service at Middlesex University. So during the presentation, feel free to ask your questions in the Q&A, which is at the bottom of your screen. And Jack from MDXWORKS will answer your questions at the end of his presentation. So we'll give him time to present first, and then he will take your questions, and there will be kind of plenty of time to answer your questions. So feel free to put your questions in any time, and we'll answer your questions at the end of your presentation. This session is being recorded, and you can find lots of our other kind of live streams that we had this week on our YouTube channel. So Jack, it's over to you to start your session.
Brilliant, thank you, Zee. And yeah, hi everyone, good evening, and I'm delighted to be here. Should firstly say thank you first and foremost for joining us this evening to talk about all things careers and employment as part of your Get Into Uni week. As pointed out, my name is Jack Timms. I work as the engagement manager here at MDXWORKS, which is the fancy title for the university's careers and employability service. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can get job ready whilst you're at university, and the support that MDXWORKS as a careers and employment service will be able to help you with as you navigate your career through your university experience. So important nowadays that you pay full attention to careers and employability matters from day one of your university journey. Employers are very specific around the fact that having a degree is fantastic, but by itself, that's not enough anymore. There needs to be far more on the table when it comes to applying for jobs. And what we do at MDXWORKS is support you to not only have a great learning experience whilst you're in university, but also develop transferable skills that are designed for the world of work. So I'll be talking to you today about how you can get involved with some of the MDXWORKS initiatives, support that we will offer you throughout your degree, and also a little bit more information around the context for the world of work and the graduate labour market, and some of those skills that you need to be paying close attention to as we move through the pandemic and come out the other side in the next couple of years in terms of employment. So to give you a little bit of context about what we do, if you haven't already heard about a careers and employability service at a university, in a nutshell, we are here to support you with your future career prospects. That's it in short. Whether your ambition is to find a graduate job or continue studying or even start your own business, our aim is to provide one-to-one and tailored assistance to ensure that you leave university well equipped in relation to career decision making, but also knowledgeable and possessing the right skills and experience that will help you to achieve your next career goal. So we do that in a whole host of ways, and we will support you, as I said, in a tailored manner. It's one-to-one support a lot of the time to ensure that we understand who you are, because every student is unique, every student is different, and you'll have your own lived experiences and your own talents and your own interests and your own passions. So it's important for us as a service to provide you with one-to-one advice and guidance that's right for you and your own story. The strap line for MDXWORKS is around telling your story to shape your career, because employers, as I said, are interested in you. They want more than just your degree transcript. They want to know who you are. They want to know what lived experiences have you achieved throughout university and before. They want to know the skills that you possess. They want to know, have you been involved throughout university and shown that you are trying to build up a portfolio of skills and knowledge and experience which is right for their organization. So we're here to help you to build and develop a story that's worth articulating to an employer when it comes to applying for a job, or as I said, if it's starting a business, we want to help you in that area, or even if it's continuing studying, it's another factor to be thinking about in relation to the support that you can get from MDXWORKS. As I said, we do this in a number of ways, and it's not a one-size-fits-all approach, but what we do offer is some very consistent support and provision throughout your time at Middlesex. That one-to-one tailored advice and guidance that I've already talked about is really for you to access support through our faculty employability advisors. Here at the university, we have a faculty employability advisor for every department on campus. So if you are studying a specific subject, we will have an advisor who is here to provide you with sector and industry specific advice and guidance around careers in that area. So if you're studying accounting and finance, we'll have a business advisor who supports you in a one-to-one basis in that area. We've got advisors for arts and creative industries, science and technology programs, psychology, law, whatever you can think of. We'll have an advisor who is well aware of that industry and will be able to give you some very specific knowledge and advice and guidance to help you to navigate the careers in the areas of interest. We will support you with all things employability, so things like writing your CV or putting together a cover letter for a job application, whether that be a part-time role, whether that be a placement or an internship, or much further down the line, that graduate role. We will be here to support you with writing those documents through, firstly, providing you with a number of resources to help you to learn how to put together those exact things, but also providing you with feedback and reviewing your documents. So you can send your CVs, you can send your cover letters to the advisors, and we'll give you really nice tailored feedback to say, how can you develop that further? How can you tailor that document for a specific position? So it's all about a learning experience whilst you engage with us to help you in those means. Also, we can offer mock interviews. We can help you with assessment centres, psychometric tests. There's so many things that you will need to know from a careers and employability angle if you're to be successful at the stage that you'd like to beyond university. So it's really important to start thinking about some of these things from day one and engaging with a service that's here to basically support you to achieve the career goals that you have. If you're looking to do some work experience or placements whilst you're at university, our team are responsible for the support in that area as well. So we can help you to search for internships. We can help you to look at placement options that are related to your course. We can help you to find a sandwich year if you're looking to do a year in industry. There's no real barriers in relation to how we can support you when it comes to looking for work experience. The ultimate goal of mine and the wider service is that every single student at Middlesex has some form of work-related activity on their CV before they finish their degree program. And that can look like a number of things. That could be a part-time job through our uni temps team, which I'll talk to you about. That could be an insight week at a company. That could be a year-long placement. It could be a summer internship. It could be doing something through the Students' Union. But there's so many ways to get involved. It's mostly important that you do find a means that's right for you based on your career aspiration. We also run a number of events throughout the year on campus, traditionally, mainly online at the moment, but we're looking forward to getting back to running some on-campus events as we come out of the pandemic. I'm talking to you shortly about some of those events, so I won't touch too much on that one now. As we're moving towards a real kind of practice-based education system at Middlesex, and what I mean by practice-based education is practical, hands-on experience as part of your learning program. So as we move towards that as an aim, we'll be coming up and providing you with so many more opportunities within your degree program to undertake an employer-driven project. So the idea that we will be working with an organisation, so it could be, for example, Barnet Council. Barnet Council say, we need some students to come and work with some of our local businesses around social media, or we need them to come and teach them how to build a website. And what we'll be looking to do is package that project up for a group of students as part of your programme for you to work on that, because what that will give you is real life experience for a real client in the real world from day one of your Middlesex experience. And it's really, really vital that you come out of your degree program, as I said, with a story to tell. And these employer-driven projects will give you some of the articulation to talk about when it comes to, future planning and future job opportunities that you may be looking for. So you'll be able to get involved in those projects as part of your degree experience and also as an extracurricular activity. We also offer a number of workshops at the university. So if you are studying a specific program, the likelihood is you will see one of our advisors come into the session and deliver something maybe around CV writing or online branding or self-employment and entrepreneurship. So many different things that, that we cover as a service will be embedded within your program, which is what we're looking to do more and more of. But we also run a number of pop-up webinars and sessions throughout the year with our employer partners, which you can access as a co-curricular activity. Also want to talk to you a little bit about Unitemps. So Middlesex is very unique in the sense that we have what's called a Unitemps branch, and Unitemps is responsible for all of the paid part-time work that happens here on campus and online now at the university. So if you're looking to become a student ambassador, or you want to be a student learning assistant, or you might want to do a piece of work for an academic, maybe a project, you might have an opportunity to go and work in the IT team or HR, whatever it may be. If you're doing something part-time alongside your degree, Unitemps will recruit you into those roles. So it's a fantastic way to gain experience whilst you're at university under the safe space of the Unitemps model. The payment is fantastic. It's the London living wage. So we pay, I think it's now up to £10.85 an hour. So all of those experiences are gained through Unitemps. So from day one, we recommend that you sign up to Unitemps, because instantly you'll be putting yourself in with a chance to gain experience whilst on campus, and also, as I said, online. Some of the talks that our student ambassadors give are like the one I'm doing now. It's talking to students at colleges and schools and talking to them about university life. And those are the opportunities that exist once you become a member of the Middlesex community. We also offer finally a menu of co-curricular activities, and I'm going to talk to you about some of those programs shortly as well, so I won't go into too much further detail here. But as you can see, there's so many ways you can get involved, and so many ways you will touch base with MDXWORKS throughout your MDX journey. And what I would always say is make the most of that service. You're paying good money to come to university, and this is a service which is part of that experience. And at the end of the day, it's something to utilize whilst you're doing your degree, as opposed to when you finish and think, damn, I maybe need to think about my career or my employment. It's happening from day one. Also, as part of the university, really great platform that we have for you and for all of our students and graduates is MDXWORKS.com. So here is a 24/7 platform for you to access resources, advice, guidance, job opportunities, all related to careers and employability matters. So if you're looking for a part-time job or a placement or an internship, we've got a jobs board which will advertise all of those vacancies throughout the academic year. All of the MDXWORKS events that go on are advertised through this website. You can book your one-to-one appointments with our advisors through the website. And we also have a whole host of companies that have profiles on the website. And those organizations are people who want to recruit Middlesex students. So they've written up profiles to basically help you get to know them. And then they will also be advertising jobs through those profiles for you to have a little look at throughout the year. And we also have a fantastic bank of resources through MDXWORKS.com. So as I said, we offer tailored one-to-one support through our faculty employability advisors. But what we also need is a little bit of work from you guys. As I said, it's your career. So it's something about taking ownership of that and working with our advisors to really achieve the best possible outcomes for yourselves. And ways you can do that is by engaging with things like our resources through MDXWORKS.com. If you need to learn how to write a CV, or you need to learn what's needed in the cover letter, or if you want to know how you can go and find a placement or access the hidden jobs market, create a LinkedIn profile, find a graduate job, could be anything, interviews, assessment centres, anything that covers careers and employment is pretty much captured in our resource bank. And we'll have some guides and some how-to help sheets to help you to navigate, what do I need to do if I'm doing A, B, C? And there's a lot there. So it's really important that, again, if you look at it from the first year of study, it's far more manageable than looking at all those resources in the last and final year where you think, I'm a bit overwhelmed here. So those resources are available to you from day one. You sign up, and then as a graduate, you have access to this platform forever. So it's a really neat advice bank where you can come and for a one-stop shop, and then you can come to those advisor one-to-one meetings, and you'll have so much more to discuss, because you'll say, well, I've done my CV, and can you now review it? Or I've got an assessment centre coming up, and can we go through how I can prepare? So take a look at MDXWORKS.com because there's so many great resources to accompany the support that MDXWORKS give you through that one-to-one advice and guidance and then workshop delivery. A little bit here around international students. So if you are an international student, I just wanted to flag the fantastic support that we also offer to international students. One of the most fantastic things about Middlesex is that we are such a global university and we have so many different cultures, and the intercultural perspective that you gain through studying at Middlesex is like no other. I think we're up to around about 150 nationalities represented now across our campuses. But what we know is with international experience and with international student population will come certain questions and challenges around the world of work. So we are ensuring that we provide very specific support for international students. So if you're looking for a job in the UK, that comes with certain stipulations. And as a result, we've partnered with a number of external organisations to offer jobs that are solely based and recruited around international students. So Student Circus is that platform. So once you join the university again, you would be able to sign up to Student Circus as an international student, and all the jobs that you see on there will provide that sponsorship that you may need to come and obviously work in London, as an example. We also help you with the placements and internship search a little bit more in depth, because we know that there's specific things potentially around visa stipulations and those sorts of things. So the international student support that we offer for MDXWORKS is really great, because it's that tailored support. It's understanding to your situation and knowing that your career prospects may look a little bit different to somebody who may have been living in the UK, all of their lives. As I mentioned, we run a whole host of programs for MDXWORKS. So the heart of this is around, we want to be embedded within your program, and we want to be delivering things during your academic timetable. So you don't have to take so much time in your own spare time to look at some of these additional factors. But actually, to be successful, you have to allocate some time to this. So we offer a number of opportunities to help you to engage with MDXWORKS beyond just that core service support, which is around, maybe CV writing or preparing for interview. So some of these programs are really appealing in relation to giving you experience that will equip you with those skills for the future. So just taking a few as an example, so MDX Advantage is a program which you can apply for in your final year of study, and it allows you to access a 6-month exclusive program of careers and employability support, and will afford you access to a number of exclusive events with employers. You will gain a one-to-one mentor for 6 months from our business community, and you'll also get to take part in things like assessment centres and live project challenges, all within that 6-month period. So when it comes to graduating, you've got a whole portfolio of activity that you can talk to an employer about. MD Accelerator, it's a hugely popular program here at the university. And this one is around self-employment and entrepreneurship and business startup. So if you're somebody who has an entrepreneurial mindset and you're thinking of maybe starting a business in the future, MD Accelerator provides you with a first taste really of what that could be like. So you go through a series of masterclasses and activities and events, both online and on campus, with external guests who have gone on to achieve really great things in the world of startup. And what it also allows you to do is come with an idea. So at the end of the MD Accelerator program, you'll be able to pitch your business idea to an esteemed panel and actually bid for some startup funding. So for example, in May of this year, we had a group of students who won up to £10,000 just from bidding on their kind of business idea and pitching that to our panel. It's a really great program, and it teaches you so much about self-employment and business startup. And the Emerging Professional Program at the bottom there, that's actually running at the moment. So that kicked off this week. It's a summer program for all students and graduates at the university. And the idea is that we provide you with a whole host of online sessions and on-campus engagement activities with our employer partners and with our alumni community, where you can learn about a whole host of things that are needed for career success. So it could be, again, around self-employment and entrepreneurship. It might be around crafting an elevator pitch. It might be around how to apply for a graduate scheme. It could be around how to find some summer work experience. A whole host of workshops have been devised around the Emerging Professional Program, and you can dip in and out of those throughout the summer to support you with your career planning. MDX equals is the last one I will touch on here. And this is just a term that we use within MDXWORKS that it captures everything that we do as a service that relates to equality, diversity, and inclusion. We've got such a fantastic mix of cultures and those with such rich backgrounds here at Middlesex. We want to celebrate that through a number of ways. And MDX equals, you will see throughout the year, we'll host events which may be related to race and ethnicity, or there may be an event related to gender. For International Women's Day, as an example, there may be something around disability. But MDX equals is the kind of the sign that shows that our events are very much inclusive towards all students. And what our aim is to potentially break down any barriers that may be in place for certain groups of students to help them to, again, navigate the world of work based on their own background and circumstance. So MDX equals is a really important university-wide initiative because it does celebrate that diversity that we have here at Middlesex. Events and fairs, we are really passionate about putting on experiences at Middlesex for students and making sure that any event that you attend or any careers fair that you attend is a little bit different and worthwhile. So for example, in October of every year, we run our Gradstock Careers and Employment Festival. And Gradstock is a traditional careers fair where you can engage with employers, usually on campus, and wander around and chat to different organisations about opportunities available. But as part of Gradstock, there's a whole lot more going on. So there's an opportunity to hear some live keynote speakers from different organisations who will talk to you about their graduate opportunities. We have some live street food and some live music going on at the same time. So it's a real festival environment, but again, solely based around helping you with your career. Gradstock ran online in October, and we had around 1,500 students attending across that week when we ran between 6th and 9th of October. So again, we were launching Gradstock again in September, October time, with a view to hopefully offering a blended experience where some of it's on campus and some of it's online. The little photo in the top there, which looks like a bit of like a Pokemon game. This was another event that we ran this year called Career Connect. Because we're online, what we did is we built a virtual campus for students where you could wander around Middlesex and Hendon with a little avatar and again, walk up to employers who were sitting at tables in the back room and talk to them about career opportunities that are available at their companies, or go and speak to an alumni of the university who's gone on to achieve a career in a certain industry that you may be interested in. So these are really great experiences. They put you in touch with employers. They make you think about the careers that you might want to go into. And most importantly, they give you the opportunity to understand what industry is looking for in a graduate, in 2021 and beyond. We also run a number of pop-up webinars, as I suggested earlier. So for example, with this one around applying for graduate schemes, we ran this year. And we run different sessions, every term there'll be something, a little kind of menu of things to choose from, where at lunchtime on a Wednesday, for example, you can log on and learn about a specific careers and employability topic, which will help you to, maybe take the next steps in whatever it is that you're looking to do that academic year. Wanted to very briefly touch on this because I think it's important to recognise that there is no getting away from the fact that the COVID pandemic, whilst not dwelling on it too much, has brought about some challenges in the world of work, and it's certainly brought about some challenges for the graduate labour market. So estimations at the moment are that the graduate labour market probably won't recover to previous levels of recruitment until probably next year at the earliest. So as a result, it's really important that as new students coming into university, that you are almost future-proofing yourself in relation to the skills and experiences that will be needed for the future. Because the likelihood is you'll be competing with students who have graduated in 2020 and 2021, who have graduated into a pandemic and may have found finding a job a little bit more difficult. So it's really important to understand the skills that you'll need to try and equip yourself with whilst you're here at the university. And some of those experiences that I was talking to you about in terms of those programs and how you can do internships and placements, these are the ways that you can build on these skills. But just to touch on a few of these ones, which I think are so important in terms of attributes that you will need to possess whilst you're at university and as you come through university. One of those big ones is the third one on the list, which is around grit, resilience and determination. They're not common skills that you would probably see typically in a job advert. Usually it's communication skills and team working and those sorts of things. But actually, these are becoming far more common. Employers need students who can deal with setbacks. You know, if you haven't managed to get a job on for a certain application you submitted, how are you dealing with that? Are you willing to fight? Are you willing to kind of do as much as you possibly can to achieve your goals and objectives, irrespective of possible setbacks along the way? Really important that from day one, you are thinking, okay, so how can I find experiences that are right for me? And if they aren't right for me, how am I going to deal with that and move on to the next, to keep showing that I'm growing both personally and professionally? Emotional and social intelligence is hugely important. You know, the ability to have empathy is really central to many job roles now. There's lots of talk always around, you know, humans being replaced by machines and jobs in the future all being kind of automated through AI. But actually, one thing that kind of centralizes humans and students and graduates at the forefront of kind of the future of business and the world of work is having empathy and the ability to kind of work with others and collaborate with individuals of like-minded nature and those who may be a little bit different from ourselves. Some of these attributes will be able to be accessed and developed and built on whilst you are at Middlesex through your program, but actually it's by taking part in some of those extracurricular activities that you'll be able to really start to get to grips with some of these things. So, you know, those who thrive on change, it's constant change at the moment, as we know, but you'll need to have that kind of flexibility and the willingness to think on your feet and actually respond to challenges and setbacks and ambition, because it will be tough times. It's not easy to find a graduate job. So MDXWORKS is a service that's designed very much to look at these attributes, see who you are, your history, your talents, your story, and see what's missing. What do you need to still get for the job that you're after? And some of these skills will be central in a number of industries, hence flagging them here. Again, this is just a small list of, you know, what's predicted of the top 10 skills of kind of the next 5 years, very similar to those that we just saw on screen, which went into a little bit more detail. But again, you can see resilience and stress tolerance and being flexible, again, being flagged there. So what I would suggest is, if you are heading off to university, is being aware of these things is the starting point, because if you understand the type of skills that will be needed for the future, you'll be more likely to get involved in things where you can possess those skills, or, you know, build on a skill that you may already have, or actually find and identify a way to start afresh with a skill that may be needed for the future. And what we'll also do, in addition to looking at things like the general skills that are needed for industry, is help you look at what skills are needed for your specific career plan. So if you, for example, are a biomedical science student and you say, well, I need to go and work in a laboratory, some of these skills may not be applicable, but there'll be some very specific industry level technical skills that are needed. And our advisors and MDXWORKS are here to help you to identify them and then find the right experiences, so you've got those when it comes to applying for the roles. Wanted to also quickly point out to everybody about LinkedIn Learning. So LinkedIn, some of you may have heard of already, is a really great platform where you can professionally network with people in industry to help learn about the world of work and apply for jobs, and just more generally build a network of people in industry. But what we've also got through LinkedIn now is LinkedIn Learning. And as a Middlesex student, you can access this platform for free. So it's usually about £30 a month, I believe, but because it's so fantastic, it has over 16,000 courses, which are very much designed to help you to develop those business and creative and technical skills for future careers. So if you are someone who, for example, will require a very specific competency in relation to a future job role, LinkedIn Learning often has an opportunity for you to plug that gap without even going off and gaining any kind of physical experience. So it could be, you know, JavaScript, for example, or it could be something related to Photoshop or InDesign, a specific program. LinkedIn Learning will have a course which may be 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, where you can tick off how you've developed that skill. And when you can talk to an employer in the future, you've got a really great way of saying, I'm proactive. I didn't just rest on my laurels during my degree. I did a couple of LinkedIn learning courses alongside my degree because I knew to get this job, I needed to have ABC. So we offer that to all students for free because we feel it's so valuable for your career portfolio as you come through your Middlesex experience. As I said, the effects of coronavirus, we can't get around them. That we've seen that some of those skills that will be so important as we come through the next 5 years, I think they've only been exacerbated, and the need for them has become greater as a result of the COVID pandemic. As I said, may not see a labour market recover until next year at the earliest. But as a result, it has brought about new opportunities. You know, the younger generation are being earmarked as those who will play the most important role in a post-COVID world and recovery, because you've navigated your way through it at quite a young age. It's also opened up things like virtual work experience. Beforehand, I would never be able to sit here this evening from my home and present this. I'd have to be on campus somewhere. So it's changing how we work. So as a result, there's opportunities like internships and virtual work experience, which you can now gain through the comfort of your own home. And as a result, it's opened up opportunity in a way that you can go out and engage with employers to say, I'd love to get some experience. Here's an idea of how this could work based on the fact that you could still potentially be at home doing it. Really important to look at what our current graduates are doing. We've got a really fantastic established alumni community at Middlesex. What's always really important before you make any decision around university and university life is find out what current graduates are doing. So if somebody studied the course that you want to study, have a look what they're doing now. You know, what job are they in? And as a result, you might want to connect with them on something like LinkedIn, where you can find out that information, have a chat, see how they've navigated their own career, because it will help you to plan your own when it comes to day one when you arrive at university. The best thing about the pandemic, and it's a weird way of saying it, the best thing about the pandemic has actually been the fact that there's been so much goodwill and so many great gestures that have come about for students. So, and that's only going to continue as we kind of get into the start of the next academic year. Never been so many opportunities to connect with an employer from like a Big Four accounting firm or an alumni who works at Google or anything like that. There's so many fantastic industry professionals who want to speak to students and impart wisdom, knowledge and advice. So by coming to Middlesex, that's the one thing we're really passionate about offering you, making sure that the right people are in the room and giving you that reimagined way of work in a sense to talk to you about what life is like now in relation to the world of work and what they'd be looking for from a future student or graduate based on the positions that they're advertising. But as it says at the end here, the main thing from day one of your Middlesex journey is you just must be proactive and you must put yourself out there and be engaged and be involved and genuinely be passionate about your own career. It's not a cheap experience, and actually we offer real value for money if you engage with the services that are available and the support that is available to you. And MDXWORKS is just one of those services. There's so many more. But if you're thinking about career, then we are the team that you need to come and see, because we can talk you through all of this in far more detail than I have been able to this evening. Just a final snapshot of some of those that we work with. So some of the organisations that we work with across the UK and beyond. And these organisations offer a range of opportunities. So it could be a placement or an internship programme. It could be coming to one of our careers events to sit on a panel to talk about the future of work in policing. It could be offering a graduate scheme in product design. It could be offering a graduate programme in accounting and finance. Absolutely a whole different range of organisations who engage with us at MDXWORKS and offer opportunity is the key word. All of these organisations on screen offer opportunities for our students and graduates. So by coming to Middlesex, you'll be able to engage with a number of these organisations, and also you'll be able to get involved in events and sessions where you are meeting professionals from the employers that you see in front of you, as well as looking for jobs with them, which I hope is obviously the end goal once you finish your experience. So that's a really, really quick whistle-stop tour for all things MDXWORKS and career planning and jobs at Middlesex. I'd love to take some questions now to see if we can answer anything that you guys want to know a little bit more about. And we've got a little bit of time. If you haven't got any questions at the moment, but there are questions that may come up in the near future, I've popped our email address on screen, so if you want to make a note of that, I think the slides will be shared as well. So you can email us and say, I'm thinking of coming to Middlesex to study, BA Early Childhood Studies. Can you tell me about what careers are available in that area? And we can give you, access to one of our advisors to give a little bit of advice and support before you even join the university. So we're going to take a little look at some of the questions that have come up now. I'll do my best, as I say, to answer all the ones that I can. So let me go through in order. So the first one we've got is, how many hours can you work while you study? It's a good question. So this very much depends on whether you are an international student or a UK citizen. So if you're an international student at the university, you'll only be able to work up to 20 hours a week whilst you study, because that's stipulated by your visa. If you are a UK resident, then there's no real set limit on how many hours you can work. We would always advise that you do that around your studies in a way that's right for your own well-being, first and foremost. So working full-time whilst doing a full-time degree is quite a lot. So many of our students may look at a similar kind of ballpark figure and do, 16 to 20 hours, but it does depend on the degree, the amount of contact time you have within the degree, what year of study you're in may become a factor as well. But mainly it's only international students who have that direct stipulation on the number of hours they can work. I've seen, is it like Indeed? I presume that may be around the MDXWORKS.com platform. If so, yes, MDXWORKS.com is very much like Indeed, because it's an online jobs board which has all of our opportunities.
It was a bit more relevant to the LinkedIn Learning.
LinkedIn Learning, okay, thank you. That's really useful. So no, I'm going to say no, not necessarily. So LinkedIn Learning is like an online course provider where you can take short courses to help develop your own career and employability prospects. So it will help you develop specific skills and knowledge around something very related to an industry that you may want to go into. Whereas Indeed is more of an online jobs board which advertises opportunities and vacancies. So LinkedIn Learning is something which will be useful for Indeed, because if you go and do courses on LinkedIn Learning, then when it comes to applying for jobs, you've got more to talk about. I hope that's answered that question. Will you receive a recording at the end? Yes, I believe you will receive a recording at the end, and I presume that will be made available.
Yes, I think they will receive a communication from us with a link where they can rewatch this recording.
Brilliant, thank you. Do you do game designing and programming? Off the top of my head, yes, we do have a game design program at Middlesex. Best place to go and have a look, though, is on our main Middlesex website. So if you go to the MDX, I'll pop it in here for you. So you just go to mdx.ac.uk, have a little look at the courses that are on the website. There is a game design course on there for you to have a little look at. That's all done. How do we access LinkedIn Learning? So really straightforward. When you first come to the university, you'll have an opportunity to do this through like a single sign-on. So once all of your account credentials are all set up at the uni, you will have a link to a page which will automatically sign you into LinkedIn Learning. Really straightforward and such a fantastic tool to utilize throughout your whole degree time at the university. So yeah, nice and easy. Does MDX accept BTEC students? So this is not necessarily a question around what I would usually deal with, but I know that we do.
Yeah, if I can answer this one, yes, absolutely. We do accept lots of BTEC qualifications, so students who do BTEC, absolutely.
Thank you. Support for students that are autistic and have learning difficulties. So this will be a whole multitude of things within the university. So I can answer from a careers perspective. So MDXWORKS, we will support students irrespective of, as I said, background and disability or circumstance. And we partner with a number of organisations to help you to appreciate the type of opportunities that are available based on potentially, a disability or what you may see as a barrier to the world of work. So MDX Equals, that program that I mentioned, we run some specific sessions in there to help students with disabilities. And this year we did a disability speed mentoring event where you got to meet with employers who have gone on to secure jobs despite having a disability themselves. In terms of wider support around kind of reading, writing and that sort of stuff, then we have a really fantastic, disability unit at the university who support students in that manner. But if you've got any specific questions on that, I'd maybe recommend speaking to the team who organised the session today. And we can maybe get you some further like signposting links that you can take a little look at. Is the live chat where we talk to the university students? Yes, it is. The live chat that's going on is a chance to speak to current students and staff as well.
The live chat, is it happening now? Not too sure. Probably, yeah. Live chat is usually answered either by admission staff or current students. So yes, absolutely.
Okay. Got any other questions from anybody? As I said, if not, then do email us. MDXWORKS are here to support current students in the main, but actually if you're thinking of joining us, we want to make sure that you understand all the benefits that you get as part of the university community. So drop us a line at the MDXWORKS email address and we can help out and maybe support you on a more tailored basis, as I spoke about earlier. I'll just give you another minute just in case anything comes to mind. But if not, I just wanted to say a huge thank you again, a really great turnout this evening. You've already done the hard part, I would say, by attending this webinar. By attending tonight, you've already shown that actually careers and employability matters to you, and to have that in your mindset, before you even joined university is really, really fantastic. So really well done to everyone for that reason, because I certainly wouldn't have been thinking about it, when I was at university a few years back. So keep that spirit really. When you come to uni, keep with that mindset, because you'll be able to get involved in so many experiences and it will pay off in the long run. Those who get involved, those who gain experience, those who have a story to tell, do not struggle to find work. It's those who sit back and rest on their laurels and don't really get involved in anything. They're the ones who we end up seeing in 3 years' time saying, can you help me find a job? So I hope it's been useful. And if you need any further support, as I said, we popped the email address in there for you. So I wish everyone a good evening. And is any more questions just before I do? Oh, which job can you do as a student? So all the nursing placements are handled through the nursing department here at Middlesex. So I don't have any specifics on the actual placements themselves, but if you again go online to the course page on the website, you'll be able to send an inquiry to either like the program leader, or also you'll be able to have a little look at the direct inquiry line as part of the website. Can I talk to job advisors? Yeah, absolutely. As I said, just email us, let us know what you need to know a little bit more about, and we can give you a little bit more information and support. Brilliant. Okay. Well, thanks again, everyone. Really, really enjoyed this evening, and look forward to maybe seeing some of you here at the university in the future. And if you do, be sure to come to MDXWORKS and let us know what you need help with, because we're here to ensure that your own career is achievable at the end of the day, and we'd love to be able to support you in all things there in the future. So thanks very much, and have a lovely evening.
Thanks a lot, Jack. Thanks everybody for being here today. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.